All right, guys. I've started the recording. I'm going to share my screen as well. So, in today's session, we will be covering the basics of Linux. Okay. So mostly, uh, mostly we will be covering all the basics and from basics to advanced as well. So, is my screen visible? Now, is my screen visible now?
Yes.
Okay. So basically, I'm on this Linux terminal. So this Linux terminal is visible, right?
Yes.
Okay. So starting with the basics, if I'm here, okay, I'm at this path, and if I want to know like at what path I am. So in Windows, what used to happen, we can see those directories there in the form of UI, okay, that you are there in the file manager in the Windows C, and then inside any of the folder. But in Linux, you can't see that UI part, okay. So because we used to work on these terminals, we have to run the commands, we have to know like at what path we are from the commands only, like each and everything needs to be done from the command line. So to know where you are at moment, you need to use this pwd command. What this pwd do, it tell us present working directory. If I enter, so I'm currently at slash users slash sumit. So this is the path where currently I am. Okay. What if I want to check all the files here? Okay. So let's suppose I want to know in this file, in this directory, which all files are there. So I can simply type ls list. So once I do ls, it will show us all the files and the directories. Okay. So these are the directories which exist at this path. Now, sometime what issue we face, like we have a lot of files here, okay, and I just want to search for a specific file. Let's suppose I want to search for this ing1, okay. So even now I have these less files, but let's suppose if I have thousand of files, so I can do this command ls space this, and then grab, and then ing1. So I typed it, okay, I typed grab this. So it pull this file only, ing1. It means it exists, okay. If I put some file which doesn't exist, it won't show us anything. So basically grep is for searching and finding that instance in this result. Give me. Okay, so grep is for finding this instance in this result. So this what this command basically do is, this ls will list, then this pipe, it means and then it search for it. Okay, grep is to search. So it search for this, so it gave us response, and then it search for yeah, ing1. If it exists, then it will print us that one. If it doesn't exist, because this file doesn't exist, so it doesn't show anything. So that is how we can use it. Someone else as well join. Okay. Now what if I have to go to some other directory? Okay. So let's suppose uh, uh, let me, okay, don't go to another directory for now. Let's create a directory, okay. So directory means a folder. If you want to create a folder, what will you do? Then you can simply type this command mkdir, and then the folder name, the directory name. So if I type tutorial It's 22 fab. Okay, so if I type this and press enter, it will create this directory. Now this directory is created. So in Windows, what we have to do, we have to right click, we have to create a new folder there, then we create the new folder. But in Linux we can simply create it with this. If I have to go to this, first of all let's list it and find whether it got created or not. Uh, okay, I missed grab here. Okay, so this folder got created. Now if I have to go to this, I have to use cd is for change directory. So once you created this directory, once you created this folder, then you can do this cd. In Windows you have to that double click or right click and click open, but here you can do simply uh, this, and it will do this. So now you are inside this folder. Okay, so basically mkdir is for creating the directory, cd is for changing the directory. Now let us to, if I want to go back to that again, the folder, the past one. So currently I am here, user Sumit, and there's tutorial 22 fab. If I want to go back to Sumit, this folder, then I can use cd space dot dot. So this annotate change directory and go to one past one, go to one of to any like one past directory. If I press enter, now if I do pwd, I'm in user Sumit. Okay. Now one like similar to this ls, so ls just list all the files. There's one other file that is ll. So if I put that, this is not working in Linux and this MacBook. Otherwise, it used to show us okay, ls hyphen la. So yeah, it works here. So ls hyphen la. So what it used to do, it show us all the details. Okay, when it was created or last updated, what is the file name, what permissions it have, like, and like what is the size, what permissions, who's the user, like who's the creator of it, what permissions it have, like each and every detail it will show it here. Okay, so this work, this ls hyphen la do, like ls hyphen la, ls hyphen ll, both do the same things. Okay, now I'm going back to that tutorial one. And now if I have to create a file there. Okay, so let's suppose I have to create a text file or any of the, like, yeah, any file, html file, csv file, any file. Then what I can do here is, I can, like, we have multiple like utilities available for creation of files. We have nano, we have vim, we have vi, we have all these utilities which are available, so we can use any of them. So I will take example of both vim and nano. Apart from that, I will show like how to update the file or how to create the file with echo as well. Now that will be in the later part of the session. So let's create a file. So if I just want to create a file and don't add anything to it, I can use touch command. I am creating touch test dot txt. I typed this touch text dot txt. If I do ls now, this file is created. Okay. Now I want to see the data inside it, what data it contains. So I can use cat test.txt. It doesn't contains anything. Why? Because I just created it. I didn't add anything to it. I just created it. So that's why it doesn't contain anything. What if I want to add something to it? So I can use nano, I can use vi. So I'm taking the vi example first, then I will take nano example. So I will do vi test.txt. You would be wondering like how these file names gets completed automatically. So this is one of the Linux utility as well, or we can say this is Linux functionality, not a utility. So it is like once we type initial part of any file, and if we press tab, then it used to auto complete it. Okay, so if I type tes and I press tab, so it will look in the file, in the whole directory, which all files can fulfill this regex. Okay, so after that, whatever is there, but this initial, like which file is starting with tes, so and I press tab, so it will auto complete it. So okay, now I opened it with vi. As we created it with touch, it doesn't have anything there. I'm putting some data there. So oh, sorry. Yeah. So to put the data there in vi, if I press anything now, it won't work. Okay, until or unless I press I. I is for insertion. If I have to enable insert, then I have to press I. I'm pressing all these tab buttons. It doesn't work. If I press I, at the bottom you would see insert. Now it is in insert mode. Okay, earlier it was just in read mode, you can't do anything to it. Now it is in insert mode. Now you can put your detail whatever you want. Okay, so I am doing hello world. Now if I keep pressing the buttons, it will put pushing the data. But if I have to now I have to save it. Okay, so what I have to do, I have to press escape first to push it out of this mode. Currently it is in insert mode. If I keep pressing buttons, it will keep those keep adding those buttons like words here. But if I have to mm, make it like if I have to save it, then I have to mm, push it out of this insert option, insert. Okay, insert mode. So I have to press escape. Once I press esc, now you can see this insert mode is gone. It is just in read mode now. Now I can press this colon wq and not equal to. Okay, exclamation sign. Once I press it, I press enter, it save it. Okay, now you just want to read it. In vi we can edit it, in nano we can edit it, with cat we can just read it. So if I press cat test dot text. Okay, so this data which we wrote with vi is there now. So that was vi functionality, that was use of vi. Now I'm going to use nano, similar to vi. Okay, vi is text editor, nano is text editor as well. I'm now opening file with nano. But yeah, like you just need to make sure you just go with any of one text editor. Okay, whichever you get comfortable with, but make sure to get hands on the commands of specific whichever with whichever editor you are going. Make sure you know like commands for it. So I will show you the like rest of the commands. We have multiple commands, so I will show them. I'm opening it with nano. Once I press enter, okay, so this data is already there. This is the hello world which we wrote with nano. Now I'm typing hello world 2. Okay, this I so in nano is not like vi. In vi we have to change the mode once we enter into it, like from read to insert to again read. But once we open the file in nano, it gets open in uh, write mode only, so we don't need to worry about it. So I'm typing my data. So I just opened it. I'm just typing hello world 2 there. So to save a file there, okay, to save a file in nano, what we have to use, we have to do control plus x. So if you see here, these options are provided as well, like to means multiple like things are available there just to like help us to save it. first we have to exit. Okay, so we have to press control plus X. So once I press control X, it asks us save modified buffer. Okay, if I press N, then it won't save it. It will go out of the editor and it won't save it. But if I press Y, it will save this. So it will save our hello world to change. Okay, I'm pressing Y for now. File name to write. We opened this file, okay, attach.txt. So it just asks us whether we want to rewrite the file name as well or we just want to keep it same. So if I add anything there like txt dj something, it will rename it to that, but I'm not doing that for now. I just keep it test.txt and I'm putting enter now. Okay, so I pressed enter. Now the file got created. Okay, so test.txt is created, means not created, edited, because we created it with touch, edited it with vi, and now edited it with nano. So I'm again doing this cat text.txt, press enter, hello world 2. Okay, now I'm opening it. So after this, so like most of the time, the things which we need is to search inside a file, to go to a specific line inside a file. Okay. So not every time you just need to check this file. Okay. You not every time you have to uh, create the file or uh, create a file or just add one line or two line. In future you would get a ton of lines there from out of which you have to search. Maybe sometime you get log files in which you have to search for few things. So I'm going to do that now. So if you first of all go with cat. Okay, so as I told you, grep is used for that purpose as well. So if I do cat test.txt and you just want to search for 2 there. Okay, so someone asks you that search in this file whether 2 is available or not. So what you can do is cat test.txt grab then 2. You pressed it. Okay, it shows whole line in which 2 is present. It shows us hello world 2 because 2 was present in this line. Similar to that, if I put let me search for a big file. Give me a moment so that I can give better example. Okay, I'm pulling this file. So yeah, meanwhile I'm pulling this file. So now we can go for copy and paste options there. So let's suppose this file set env.sh. So where it is in our previous directory, which is this. Okay, so currently we are in user sumit tutorial 22 fab, but this file set env.sh, this is in our last previous directory, that is user sumit this. If I want to copy it, I can do cp. So cp command is for copying a file. So if you have to copy a file, you can simply use cp, the source where it exists. Okay, so I told you that dot dot is used for previous directory. So where this file exists, this file exists in the previous directory, so you can do dot dot. Now it means you are copying from this directory, this sumit one, not this one. Okay, now you can press slash. Now you are in this directory. Now you can look for this file set, and I told you as well. Now if I press tab, what will happen? It will auto complete it. I press tab. Now it shows us two files there. Why? Because with set these both file starts set underscore env set of this. So if I press tab again, it will choose the initial one. Okay, or else if I would have entered underscore, then it would have chosen this one. But if I press tab 2 times, it will choose this one. If I press tab again, it will go to the next one, this setup secrets, but we need this, so I just keep it. So this is the source for this CP. Now the destination. So destination is dot. In Linux, dot annotates the current directory. Okay, so in which directory we are, it annotates the same one. So I press dot slash. Even I press dot or I press dot slash, both have same meaning. Dot slash means this current directory. Dot means this current directory as well. Okay, I pressed enter. Earlier we just have this test.txt file there. Now if I press ls, we have set.env.sh, we have test.txt as well. Now if I have to read this file, what I have to do? I have to do cat set.env.sh. I pressed enter. We have these tokens things there. Okay. Now if I want to search something, okay, if I want to pull this, like anything, let's suppose I have to search for token. So what I will do, cat set env grab token. Here we need a space before and after this pipe. So this whole file is printed now. Now this was just to check whether that word exists or not, but what if you have to edit it? So you definitely have to open it in nano, okay, in any of the text editor. So I'm going to edit it in both by searching it. Okay, so I'm going for vi first. I'm opening the vi. Now what first thing I have to do, I can't see anything there like insert mode there. So I will first have to press I. But now I can edit it, okay, but this is just 5 line file. If I have this thousand of lines, I have to search for token there, okay, and then I have to edit that. So what I have to do, I have to go out of insert mode first. That will be done by pressing the escape. I pressed escape. Now I am out of the insert option. Now if I have to search for any word there in vi, what I have to press, I have to press slash. I pressed slash there. Make sure you are out of insert option. If you are in insert, then it will put that word there in your file. Now I have to search, but I have to type for that word whichever I need. So I will put there token slash token. Okay, so this is the word which I'm looking for. Slash is just the command for searching. I pressed enter. It pulled me to the same line. Okay, it selected that line. I pressed enter. I pressed I. I'm insert mode. I'm at that word now. So if I want, I have to make it token 2. I can make it. Now what I have to do? I have to again press escape to make it readable only. Now I have to press colon W Q and not equal to or exclamation sign. Press enter. ls is for listing all the files, so these two files exist there. I do cat set env.sh token 2. It became, earlier it was token, now it becomes token 2. Similarly in nano, if you choose nano, like it depends sometime, and yeah, sometime it happens that we have limited utilities. Okay, we are using some alpine image which have limited utility. So at that time it can help you where either you have nano or you have vi. So it can help you at that time. I opened it. So in nano, what I have to do, I have to do control W. If you see, control W means where is. So I pressed control W. It shows me search. Now I can put there the word which I need. I need token 2. I pressed enter. It pushed me to token 2. Now I can update it. So this thing you definitely need when you have to you have to change the env files. Okay, so let's suppose you have 20 or 30 lines where you have to change one specific line only which contains this word. Okay, you get the task and you have to do that. So either one option is to go by line and line and search for the specific env. Another option is you can simply go and use this utility to update it. Now what I have to do, control X, Y, enter. I saved it, that's it. Okay. Now we almost with the, okay, so in nano we you can search for a specific line as well. So is if you want to go to, if you want to know at which line you are, okay, so you can press control C. Control C will show you line 3 of 6. So total lines are 6, you are at line 3, character is 81 out of 251. So it will show you all of these details. It helps you sometime when you know that I have to make this change, I have to make change at this line, then you can simply go to that. Let's suppose you have 1800 lines and you have to make change at 1200th line. So either of going by this cursor position by bottom, these arrow keys, you can press Ctrl W and simply go to that line. Okay. Apart from that, if you want to delete a whole line in nano, what you can do, you can press Ctrl X. Sorry. Uh, it was Control K. Sorry, yeah, I remember now. So it is Control K. If you want to delete this whole line, okay, host URL, you can simply do Control K. That line got deleted completely. You can save it now. Similarly, in VI, you can press D two times. Okay, so first you have to go at that line. Okay, so you are at that line. Now you press TD. That line got deleted. You can save it. You don't need to go into that write mode. Okay, that DD can only run on that read mode. Otherwise, it will type that DD button instead of that command. So basically, in VI, whatever command we have to run, we have to make sure we are not in the insert mode, because if you are in insert mode and you type any command, let's suppose you want to delete it, this line, and you type DD, so it will get typed there instead of getting deleted. So you make sure you are not in insert mode, and then WQ is for saving. If you make some change in VI and you don't want to push it, okay, so if you want to just add, if you have added this and you just want to, you are in read mode now, and if you just want to exit, okay, so instead of WQ you can press Q colon enter. It won't save it. It is as similar as what it was earlier instead of getting it saved. Now coming to the permissions, okay, the permissions we have for these files. So if I show you the permissions things, ls-la, so these are the file permissions, okay, these two files we have, these are the directory permissions. So file permissions, if we see, read write, so we have this, okay, so it is like owner, group, and others. So these you can see 9 columns there, 3. Yeah, so it is like read write. R is basically, R is for read, W is for write, X is for execute. Okay, so if you want to change the permissions of these files, okay, so if I do chmod is the command which is changing the permissions of this file, okay, or the directory. So if you want to change the permissions, if you want everyone just read not write, okay, currently the owner was like, who's the owner? I created it, so I was the owner. If I just want to read it, okay, everyone should read it. So there is a, like command chmod 444 and then dash.txt. I made it. Now if I open it with nano dash.txt, and if I want to add it, okay, cannot open file for writing, permission denied. Why? Because I changed the permission. I made it like no one can change it, okay. So I just have one option. I can just press Ctrl N. That's it. If I try it with uh, sudo, okay. So sudo is super user. Sorry, sudo is super user there. I added anything. It worked with super user because super user is able to do anything, but these things, the like root user can do all these functionalities, but the permissions are for the normal users, okay. So if I go again and check the permissions, so read, okay, I can see just read permissions there, not the executable permissions, not neither write nor executable. If I have to make it everything, okay, so that for that we have chmod 777. That is not like suggestible at all, because this change, like in even in the production, we don't do that, because this make file executable, like it provide everyone, each and everyone access to our file, like whoever can access our system can access this file. So chmod dash.txt, if I do ls-la, you can see read write execute, read write execute, and read write execute. So it is like owner can read write and execute on this file, group, any group can read write execute this, and others as well, whoever is able to list this file can do that, okay. So the perfect way is to do this rw, and like to make it owner to execute it as well, or rest others to read it only. So executable things comes in picture for the shell script. So this is the script which we have. Now I want to run this script, okay. Currently I don't have executable permissions, so even if I do dot slash set env dot sh, permission denied. Why? Because it doesn't have executable permissions, okay. But if I do chmod plus x is similar to what I run here. So there are two annotations, these numerical ones or these alphabetic ones. So numerical ones are like, we have 4, 2 and 1. 4 is for read, 2 is for write, 1 is for execute. So if someone is providing 4, it means they are providing the read permission. If someone is providing 4 plus 2, means read and write permissions. If someone is providing 7, it means read, write and executable permissions. So either so if I do chmod plus x, it means for the current user it will add the executable permission. So let me add that chmod. I will show you more example. Chmod plus x, currently read write only. I pressed it. LSLA. It has executable permissions now. Okay. Now if I want to remove this permission, chmod minus x test. Sorry, which will, yeah, set in right. ls-la, permissions are removed now. Similar to that, so executable is at 7, okay. Rest other are 4 4 there, so it will be 7 4 4. 7 is for this user, 4 is for this groups, and 4 is for others. So if I do chmod 744 set env.sh and do ls-la, it will show read write execute to read only. If I do 754, okay, 754, what it will do, it will do for these groups, it will show executive, sorry, write. So if I do chmod 755 set env.sh and ls-la, okay, 4 plus 1 is 5, that means executable. So 4 is for read. Just a moment. 4 is for read, 1 is for executable, 2 is for write. So 7 5 4 means read, like read write execute for the owner, read for the like read and execute for the groups, and read and execute 755, yeah, 755 is read execute for others and read write execute for owner. If I make it 75765, so it will be read write execute for owner, write read for 4 plus 2, okay, 4 is read permission, 2 is write, and 1 is executable. So read write execute for all means for owner, write and read for groups, and write execute for others. So if I do this, see, read write execute for owner, read write for other for groups, and read execute for the other, like others. So read execute only for others. Similarly, we can do like provide the permissions with this, you like adding and these things. So yeah, like as I shown you. Okay, let me run it again. Let me remove the permissions again. Let me just make it read. Let's play with these permissions things more, because this used to create the problems multiple times. This file only have read. Okay. Now I just want to give the owner permission to execute. So basically, there are like I will provide the document, like I will add that. So so there are three annotations as well. So for this owner is annotated by U, group is annotated by G, and others are annotated by O. So if I just want to give this owner the executable permission, and if you don't remember this numeric methodology, what you can do chmod u plus x. U plus x means I am giving executable permissions to the owner, and the file name. If I do ls-la, see, executable permission is provided to owner. Similarly, if I do O plus X, it will do the, so here we have just R, it will show us R plus RX. Okay. So do anyone have any doubts till now? Like mostly for this permissions part, because this played a like vital role. Okay, fine. Continuing. So like till now we covered this like numeric one, this like this alphabetical one as well. So let me like type the permission parts here. Like let me create a like file, that test file, and add these details there. So R, let me control K. Okay, so read is equivalent to 4, write is equivalent to 2 and execute is equivalent to 1. Okay. Similarly, we have three entities there. First is honor, that is U. Then we have group, that is G, and the another one is others, that is O. Okay. So if any file have 4 to 1 permission, 4 to 1, okay, so it means owner have 4, group has 2, others have 1. Okay, so it means that like owner can read only, groups can write only, and others can execute only. Like you won't see this permission ever, because this is kind of like incorrect permission which no one will give, because no one wants to just read from the owner, write from the groups, and execute from the others. Okay, but yeah, so if honor, if you want to give honor all permissions, so it will be 4 plus 2 plus 1, that is 7. It means all permissions. 4 plus 2 only. Read and write. 4 plus 1. Read and execute. 4 1 4 2 4 2 1. 2 plus 1. This is write and execute. So till now I shown you all the like permissions which include only like which include this read. Okay, I will show you that few of the ones where we will just include write and execute and won't include this read one. Similarly, 4 plus 1, yeah, these are the only combinations I'm just thinking. Okay, so I'm just saving this file. So let's suppose, okay, now I'm again making the permissions to read only chmod, or let's make it executable only. So if I type this chmod 111, this is again, you won't see this configuration ever again. Okay, just to like no one wants just to execute the things and not to read and other things. But yeah, for just for the example I'm giving it, I ran it chmod 111. If I do lsla, it will just show xx1. Okay, so it is just showing these ones. Now if I just type 222, it means read www. Okay, so I think like each and everyone uh, is clear with these permissions things now, or do someone have any like issues? If if you don't want to give permissions, okay, there could be one scenario where you don't want to give anyone's permission, only like owner should have permissions and others shouldn't have, then you can simply use 0. Okay, so if you see, owner have just right permissions, others doesn't have. So this permission usually come in picture when you deal with the pam files, the private keys. Okay, at that time you just want the owner to have read permissions and others shouldn't have permission. So at that time you use chmod 400. So chmod 400 is read only for honor and others won't have any permissions. Okay. So we covered this permissions part. Uh, Give me a moment. Sometime you would see you would need to play with the groups. Okay, groups in the Linux. So similar to the users, you need to work with groups. So to list all the groups, the command is cat slash etc slash groups. I'm not sure whether okay, I have few groups there. So these all groups I have. So major of these are like honor, and these ones honor, and these everyone. So these are the groups there. If I type just groups command as well, it will show my groups. Okay, in the groups where I'm there. Okay. uh, so like that was for groups. So just to check users, you can check clat ctc slash use speed or swd. Okay. So this is for checking all the users there, whatever user is there. So we have no root and these users created there. So this is kind of user database. Now, coming to the files, okay, file directories. So, uh, if you see, I'm here in C slash user slash Sumit. So this is the directory. But if I go back to only slash, so you can see multiple folders there. Okay, so these are kind of folders which help as the boot at the booting time, and like at the specific time. So I have one document, I have that directories one. So I'm sharing that now to just give idea about what these are. Can you see this directories now?
Yes.
Okay. So in Linux, give me a moment. Let me share my whole screen. But you would see you would miss few of the directories there in the this Mac OS. Okay. So we have um, this where USR home etc. So these are the directories opt and bin. So these are the directories available in Linux as well. Not all these like applications and the system ones. So these are not available in Linux, but most of them are available in Linux. And the use of them are, if you see here, boot. We have boot as well. Here we can't see boot. So boot is case of maybe you have WSL available.
Yes, I have.
Can you open it and check whether if you are able to see all these, so that we can show, because in Mac, like a few
Let
of
me boot. Yes, I have boot.
means all these would be there. So can you share the screen?
Yeah. Let me know once it's visible.
Yeah, it is visible. Okay.
Mm.
So guys, if you see, we have multiple directories there. So this is the root path. Okay. Out. So if Kesa will do p, so if we do pwd, we can see this is the root path, that is slash. And here, if you see this slash boot, so it contains all the files which are responsible to run at the boot time. Okay, which are responsible to start our boot process. So whatever files are there, those help us to boot in the boot of our server. So we shouldn't ever update these files, because if we like make changes to these files, if we put some incorrect data there, so that can like make our server shut down forever. So it won't be like we won't be able to recover it, because we made the changes in the boot configuration. If it is over cloud, then yeah, like you can put few like configurations which in the files, like we have user configs there in the clouds, where we can update those files. But yeah, like it is not suggestible at all. Then we have dev are like all the files that system used to access our hardware. So whatever hardware is available, so these dev files, can you open the dev file case of once, dev folder?
Basically, its full form is device.
Yeah, like these are just the device files which are available there. So if you see TTY, so these are like just the terminals. Okay, and we have console, we have all the hardware related things there, like bus and these things. So these are like bus controllers, and those things are available in this. So we also don't gets to work with these files. Can you go back? Now if we see, we have etc there. Okay, so etc is the like where our system configuration files exist. We used to change these files. Okay, so if you open it, can you do cd cc, can you do ls? So you will see multiple system like multiple utilities there. We have like etctl there as well. We have phwd there. So these are kind of our system specific configuration files. Like here we tackle all the user groups, we have users, the passwords, the cron jobs for the system, and like for the certificates, each and everything. Okay, so all the configuration related to our system exist in this file. So pseudoverse. So pseudoverse is basically for like pseudoverse is a group, or we can say file, where we maintain which all users or which all groups have root permissions to our like machine, to our server. So these are like files which exist there. If you see Vim, so Vim, like as we discussed vi, so Vim is just extended software of Vim vi. And so it is also system specific, that's why it exists there. WSL conf, so this is just, WSL is basically for running the Linux over Windows. So here it is also there. We have this sysctl, so these are the system controlled services. Okay, so these are like uh, whatever service we want to keep there, we can set up a sysctl for that, which can help us to like which can help in uh, running all these files whenever our system starts. So those services get started. Can you go back now? uh, just ls, yeah, now ls. Okay, so if you see, we have home here. So home is basically the home directory. where all the users, like whichever user get created, store their data and configuration. So let's suppose I created one user, okay, so that user will exist in that home. So if can you go to that? So if we go to home, it will you will see there all the all the users exist. So if do ls uh, okay, so I think like root is the only user for Keshav. That's why we don't have any user there. So if we create a new user, okay. So if we create new user, then that will be available there. So Keshav, can you create a new user? Just simply type user add and the details. Can you type some other user? Okay, somehow it is not showing, but that could be the problem with WSL. Can you change the user once if it is possible? Like sudo su and then Keshav or Shani hyphen and then yeah. Okay. So who am I is basically the command in Linux, which will show us like which currently is user logged in, which user is currently logged in. Can you do pwd now? Wait. Can you do pwd now? Okay, and do ls. Okay, so inside home, there's some issue. Otherwise, every time you will see the all the users there, whichever user is needed. So if you create 10 users, all usernames will you will see there slash home, and then inside that you will be able for checking that user details there, like whatever file. So even if you work with like VMs or EC2 instances, then if you log in, okay, so it will log in you at this same path, this slash home, and then your user there. So it used to log in at that same path. Can you go back? So here, if you see home is done, if these files init lib32 lib36 like these are basically the files which are used for like our architecture system. So these files we want you update. Media is simply which contain all the media files, uh, which also doesn't make any sense. We have this opt file there. So opt file is basically we like directory. So opt directory contains all the files. Also here we don't have any file there, but opt is responsible for installing add-on software packages. So whatever package we install, so those get installed there. So whatever third parties means uh, whatever third party packages we want to install, we used to install there inside this opt. Okay, so we are at here. Okay, so where is basically like system specific variable data should exist here. So like it is like like let's suppose we have log files, okay, so those should persist. So our service is running, okay, our nginx service is running, or our any of the services running, like database or whatever it is. So we used to store our log files there inside this where. So even if our server restarts, our files will remain there, okay, those will remain persist. So the files which dynamically change, So what the all the files which keep changing, because these log files keep updating every second. Okay, so if they get new, like if they get new traces, so they those will get added inside this file. So it contain all the files there. So where log is the specific directory there, which where we used to store the logs. Can you open it? Not sure whether in this system it is available. Okay, few are available there. So we have backups, we have cache files there, we have log files there. If you go to log, can you go to log? So if you see, we have apt there. So apt means apt logs are there. We have landscape, we have journal. So journal is like journal CTL is for capturing all the logs of our system CTL services. It will also contain this let's encrypt logs and all these dpkg logs. So dpkg is basically when we install the services. So in Linux, we can, like, this is just a installer. We can say it as application installer there, similar to apt. Apt install the app like packages from the internet, while dpkg is used to install the packages which are downloaded in our system. Can you go back? So if you see case of like we did cd dot dot slash dot dot, it means we escaped two directories, the current one and the last one. So we were in where log, but we came outside in one command which we used, cd dot dot slash dot dot. So if you see, we are in slash var slash log, and if we do cd dot dot, it means we are going outside of log. But if we do cd slash means dot dot slash dot dot, it means we are going outside of var log. If we means we can't do it thrice here because this is the last path which exists. But if we are inside some path like var log apt, then we can do it thrice and we will be there at the root in the single command. So tmp is there as well, which is used for temporary files. Okay, so which which are not exist for last 10 days, which are not accessed for 10 days or modified, uh, are deleted. So if you want to keep some file, but you just want to make sure that you will need it for next 8-10 days, because if you don't update it in next 10 days, it will get deleted automatically. You can't do anything there. So it is for that. User slash usr. So usr is for like software install, like this is similar to opt, where our softwares, like whichever software we are installing, remain there. So it is there for similar to opt. Now I think I can share my screen again. uh, or else Keshav, like, can you wait, can you keep sharing, because these like I want to show the file system related stuff, and I can't I can't find that in our Mac OS. We have that free top, so those commands are there.
Sure.
Can you continue for those disk related stuffs? You there? Hello. Okay. So if we want to check all like the free configuration there, okay. So like configuration in the sense compute resources, or we can say CPU memory. So multiple times the issue we faced in our VMs are of memory, like memory um, go out of whatever like limit. So this command free hyphen m is there to check the memory. So MEM is for memory, swap is for swap memory. Swap memory is basically the memory. Swap is kind of hard disk part which we use for memory part, okay, which we use for RAM. But our MEM, like this is for memory completely. So if you see, it is 15 M, so it is 15843. So it is 15 GB of memory. Out of that, 733 MB is used. 46 to 14,006, like this, 14,658 MBs are free, means 14 GB are free. And buffer cache is 450 while available is this. So can you do free hyphen H? Yeah. So here free hyphen H, so it in GBs. Okay. So free and available. So there's little difference between free and available. Sometime like now you are seeing this free is 14 GB and available is 14 GB as well. But sometime you will face a big difference there. Okay. That free is like only uh, free is only 2 GB and available is 10 GB. So free is amount of memory which is currently in used, which is currently not in use for anything. Okay, but available memory is which is available for allocation, but it could be in use. It could be in buffer cache. Okay, buffer in cache. So cache data should be there, but it can be used if something comes up. So we need to check this available all the time. But if you think that your processes keep much memory in buffer every time, so you would need to keep that into consideration, and you will need to check this free as well. There are few commands which are there to clean this buffer memory as well. Okay, so once you clean that, your free and available memory become similar. But if you have few applications which keep much memory in buffer, or like this cache one, so then you need to keep this free in consideration as well. But always like try to check this available one almost. Okay, but this free shouldn't be that less as well. It shouldn't be like free is just 2 MB or 100 MB, because that makes your application slow, like for sure. Otherwise if you keep it like around 1 GB as well, free around 1 GB and available as much as it is, so it won't be the problem. Because available is available for allocation. So available memory is what? It is available for allocation. But this free is also available, but free is something which is not in use for any of the process. Similarly, Keshav, can you type top hyphen H, top command only? Okay. So top command usually shows CPU and memory usage. Okay. So if you see at the top, it is showing percentage of CPU used, percentage of memory used, swipe memory use, and it also shows the processes which are using how much of CPU, how much of memory. So these are the like this is the command which, like, if you have to check just the memory, you can go for that free hyphen H. But if you want to know like which service is using it, how much of memory, you can go for this. atop is command as well, but I think it is not available. I
It is the extension version of top.
Yeah, it is just the extended version of this atop. That's fine. So if you see here, we have PID, we have these things, user and other things. So PID is basically the process ID. User is the process owner. Okay. So who is the owner of this process? Like 198 is the process ID, user is root, and then PR is the priority. Okay, how much priority it is have. NI is the nice value, and like VIRT is the virtual memory used, RES is the physical memory used, and then we have this SHR. which is the shared memory. S is process status. Okay, so like what state of this process is. Then we have that actual need, that actual thing which is needed, that is like CPU used and then the memory used and the total CPU time. This time is total CPU time, like from how much time this process is running. Okay, so for this priority one, we have range from 0 to 139, where on the lower one means the higher priority. Okay, and where RT means the real time priority. So I don't think we have RT available there, but if we have RT there sometimes, so RT is the real time. So, and if we come to this nice value, so this is user, like this is just the priority set up by user. So if you see no priority set up by user here, it means it will just use this PR1. Rest of the like all rest other seems fine. uh, okay, can you run okay, so this was for this. Can you type df hyphen h? So this was for the memory and CPU part. If you want to see the disk part, okay, disk means the hard disk. This was for RAM and CPU. If you want to see how much of your disk is used, how much your it is available, so you can use this command df hyphen h. So if you see there are multiple file systems available. Okay, so the file system which you need to check is the one which where you can see this mounted on. Okay, so mounted on, so currently you can only work on this slash one. Okay, so this is the one which is in being used by you. So this is this slash dev slash hdb, and this extension 4 is the type of it, ext4. Total size of it is, so total size of your hard disk is 251 GB. Out of that 5 GB is used, 5.8, and available, uh, it seems like some miscon like there, because used is 5 and size is 251. That shouldn't be there, but somehow like it is there. So
It's in GB, na?
yeah, 251 GB is,
5.8 is used only,
so
and this is
233,
available.
233 plus 5 is 238 only, right? That's why.
Yeah, but some of the memory they like we can't get full memory here. If you purchase something mobile, you can't get the full RAM.
No, no, that's fine. But if you see in the tools one, okay,
Yeah.
that is completely, there's like it could be like some miscon like something there. Due to that, it is not, because most of the time it used to show the complete one. If you see the last one as well, so these are just the directories there. If you see 281, 281, so these are something like which are mounted on another like discs. Okay, so this is the part, so this part comes in picture when your application is running and you need to make sure that you have like enough disk available. Sometime what happens, your disk become like you have 10 GB of memory, 10 GB of disk, okay, in your VM or in your EC2, and it gets, if it gets completely filled, you won't be able to boot up as well, you won't be able to connect to it. Why? Because it won't have that memory, it won't have that disk for boot up processes, because when boot up processes runs, they definitely create those log files, they definitely run the processes there which need less, even less, but at least some disk, which if which is not there, then definitely that's a problem. So yeah, that was regarding this disk part. Do anyone have any questions till now? I think we can wind up for today. Okay, if no one have any questions, maybe you guys like it would be too much. Okay, so you guys can post your questions there in the groups, and like I will suggest you to like try more and more. Okay, practice more and more on these things whichever we can like covered, because the more you practice, more like it will be there in your mind to run the like which command you need to run at what time. Otherwise you won't be able to know like which command needs to be run at what time. So that's the part. uh, and like you like feel free to reach out in the group if you want to know if any like even apart from this whatever we covered here, if you have anything else you can reach out there. Okay, any doubts you have, maybe you are like learning from somewhere, like if you are even learning from somewhere the linux and you get some doubts and you are not able to clean them from, and those things are rotating in your mind, then you can reach out to us, and then we'll feel like we will uh, resolve those queries.
Hi, Ritik.
Hi
I have
Prasad.
one question.
Yeah, hi Prasad.
Actually, in real time, how we can define who is the owner, who is the groups, and who is the others?
In what?
In real time, how we can define who is the owner and who is the group, and who comes under group and who comes under others, or to
uh,
give a permission. This kind.
in real time means like you want like if you have any file and you want to know, right?
Yeah.
So you can simply like I run those commands, right? ls hyphen la.
I'm just asking who are the users comes under groups, others.
So it depends on you.
Like
So we have set of groups. Okay, so usually in the organizations, let me talk about regarding the organizations. So it's like we have groups there. Okay, for a specific linux machine we will have group of you like devops. Okay, we will have a group of developers. Mostly these two are there. So developers will have read and write permissions, while devops guys will have read, write and execute permissions for any of the script. Okay, let's suppose developer team is working. Even though for the production ones developers will have just read permissions. Okay, so let's suppose there's one machine which is having like production running, and I'm just keeping it for the legacy ones, because the newer ones we don't allow access to the developers for the machines. I'm just taking it as an example where there's machine over which any production service is running, and developers, and like one group is there for developers where they can just read. There's one like a group for which for all files they can just simply read, while devops persons can like make changes to the config files and other files, so they have those write permissions as well.
okay, okay, I got it.
So like that was your question, right? Like in the real
Yeah,
world
yeah, yeah. It will
where
be segregated. Who comes under groups and who comes under others? Will it be segregated before itself?
uh,
Like this DevOps guy is some kind of group.
it used to be like means you are again talking in the real world, right?
Yeah.
So it is like we used to define at the like whenever we are going live or we are discussing the project requirements even. So we used to define like who will be what, like who will be under developers will like have to read permissions. So one group will be created where all developers, all the users from the developer team will be there. Okay, so all developers are there, that segregate one group which named developers. Instead of providing permissions to each and every developer, okay, let's suppose we have 30 developers and 50 devops persons. So instead of giving each and everyone to a specific file or folders. We used to create groups, and for then we used to provide the permissions for those groups.
Yeah, got it. Thank you.
Yeah. All right, guys. Then, if you don't have any questions, feel free to put it in the group. Okay, we have group for that purpose. Thanks, everyone. Thanks, everyone, for joining.
Thank you.
Thank you.